What's your purpose in life?
My purpose in life is to stand for the dignity, power, and beauty of women, partnerships, relationships, marriages, and the family for my present and future 80 trillion people.
Modeling. What do you do in modeling?
I I have worked in New York Fashion Week as a fashion model, as a runway model, and I'm currently collaborating with a friend who with her beauty and skincare company.
Did you always want to be into fashion?
No, I did not. I did not. I wasn't really into fashion throughout my childhood, teenage years. I never really think about to enter that industry either. But last year, 2 years ago, I had this instinct to be a fashion model and I would love to embrace the confidence to walk as a runway model and to really embrace fashion model as a lifestyle. To me, it's not a career, to me, it's a lifestyle. And that instinct has got me into learning about fashion modeling and make me ended up walking as a fashion model in New York Fashion Week last year. It was quite fun and enjoyable. I love the spotlight. I love owning the runway as I'm walking, owning the stage and owning the runway.
As you said, you work for New York Fashion Week, right?
Yes.
Tell us the company again and how did you get to that event?
So La Creme is the company that I helped me to get into the fashion industry.
Yeah.
I have been learning with them, uh, particularly Patricia, the founder and CEO of La Creme, and she had invited me to walk at the New York Fashion Week. I love the beauty of it. To me, it's about feeling authentic and feeling good, a truthful self-expression, and that's what I love about fashion.
Have you ever wanted to do that? Any designing?
So it's fun. It's fun you ask this question because I'm an artist and designer at heart. I'm a RISD alumni, with the Master of Architecture degree from Rhode Island School of Design. And and to me, my passion is really designing my life and also designing myself, constantly creating a new self that hasn't existed yet, and to constantly to create the highest, finest, fullest, truest, joyfulest, kindest, best version of myself and my life. In the most miraculous and magical way. And that to me, that is my passion for design as a designer and artist of life.
There's lots of colors out there. We a little earlier we were speaking about wearing clothing, right? What's your favorite color?
I love the color of the light.
Oh, okay.
I love the color of the light. It's the illuminated quality that just touch my soul. And when it comes to fashion, I do embody different colors based on my mood.
Okay. When you said light, can you elaborate a little more what you mean?
Yes, that is quite spiritual to me.
Okay.
The light, whenever I look at the sun, I just feel God's grace upon me. And or we can say also the divine energy upon me. And there's something so warm and loving and beyond life and beyond words. I feel it is that is the light. Also, I do believe the inner light in every one of us. And to me, my inner light, which is my instinct, has been guiding me my whole life to beautiful places that I've never think about before, and continuing guiding me.
What next for you? What you seeing for the rest of the year in fashion? What are you planning to do?
I plan to attend again New York Fashion Week with La Creme and also continuing my influence on fashion as a lifestyle. I do see that is the way for women to express ourselves and to embody the authentic, truthful, happy, confident women, goddess, empress that we are born to be.
Speaking about confidence, when you step onto that runway, tell us, describe how it feels. You know, people are watching. You may have friends cheering you on, right? Any nervousness?
Actually, before I get on the stage, yes, I did felt that, but it's more about feeling thrilled. I love feeling thrilled, and when I walk on the stage, I just love the stage. I love the stage. I felt I own this runway, that I am the best, and I am the best, in fact.
So, once you get out there, there's no panicking. Just you're confident. You hit that runway. You do your job, and you're back, right?
That's right. That's right. I do see it's an internal, as you said, it's such a great question, internal dialogue with oneself. Yes, we are not judged by the world, the outside world. To me, it is to own myself the way I am fully and to share myself fully the way I am as God created us to be, the miraculous being we are.
So speaking about expressing yourself, you also say you do art. What type of drawing you do? Is it painting, drawing? Can you elaborate?
Absolutely. I love drawing since I was a little. And my favorite medium is a few. I love the uh, impromptu one-line drawings. It's ink on rice paper. I also enjoy colors. I love oil pastel on cotton paper. And that gives me the almost like childlike expression, yet I felt freer than a child. The openness of the mind that painting and drawing can transport me into is where I would love to dwell my whole life, and I would love to share with the world.
Yeah. Speaking about like painting, over the years I speak to a lot of like different painters, and they speak about abstract drawing, realistic drawing. Can you explain to the audience which one that you gravitate to more?
I enjoy abstract.
Abstract, okay.
To me, yes, it's more about, it's not using the mind to interpret what it is. It is the visceral experience of that is beyond words and beyond thinking. And on the other side, I do enjoy the one-line impromptu portrait of people and animals to capture the spirit of the being. So in that sense, it is also a little bit not purely abstract. It also has we can recognize the spirit of the person or the animal in it. So it's like a combination of both. And what fascinates me about one-line impromptu drawing is that to me it is not me that I'm drawing. It is that I am taken for a walk by one line. I do not know what's going to happen. I perceive the spirit, and then the spirit that touched my heart will draw itself
Oh, okay.
until it reaches precision.
So there's no planning. You go along with what you're being told through the spirits. There's no
Yes,
planning. Okay.
indeed.
Okay. And like when I don't want to necessarily say what age, but like at what time in your life you realized you had that ability to do that?
What a good question. I never knew I could do that. And what happened to me is when I was the last year at RISD, Rhode Island School of Design, in 2017, one day I'm looking at the animals, and they remind me of the animals in my childhood that I love. And I felt they're speaking to me. At that moment, I felt I need to speak to my animals because I felt they are speaking to me. So how shall I capture that? Then that moment, this instinct, again, the inner light, the instinct, told me to draw in one impromptu line. I was fascinated by that thought because I know that it's not me who is drawing. So I wanted to know, when I started drawing, I want to know what happened. So I decided to video my drawing. Well, I'm capturing the spirit of the animals that's speaking to me in one line. And that evening, I created the first one-line drawing animal in my life. And since then, it hasn't stopped.
Wow.
It's a divine gift to me.
Wow. So, just to elaborate a little on that, because for the people who are not familiar with what you're speaking about, do you have to like be around certain animals to do that, or is it could come to you?
Well said. It's quite, when I started, it's very personal. So when I grew up, I was surrounded by like the goats, the cow that I spoke, I talk with them. I talk with the animals when I was a child about my world that I wouldn't share with adults.
Yes.
So they are very dear to me. And so when I look at the photos of the animals that inspired me to draw one-line drawing, it is the cow animal
Oh,
that made.
cows?
That's right.
Okay.
That made me to draw. And then later, I was able to draw all kinds of animals and people because I realized it's the spirit of the being that has touched my heart. And the one-line impromptu drawing is to capture their spirit.
When it comes to poetry, right? I know there's like different type of poetry and also subject lines. Can you elaborate a little on how do you pick your subjects to do poetry on?
I love poetry as my mother tongue.
Yeah.
To me, that is the way that I could perceive and also to understand, also to express in the most accurate way. It's in poetry. And so the subject line usually is what has touched my heart in a daily life. The ineffable beauty, the people, love, death, fear, animals, flowers, watermelons, clouds. Those are my subject lines.
Oh. Anything else you want to share with the audience that we haven't touched on?
Yes, I'd love to. Actually, it's a recent poem that has deeply, deeply transformed my life, my being. That I was inspired by the reflection upon humanity, and when I realized who I am, I fell in love with myself madly in a whole new way. And this is not about myself, it's about all of us as human beings. So what I realized is that I am the eternal mystery of life. I am the unending miracles. I am the inexhaustible truth. I am the everlasting delight. I am the unwavering light. I am the saturated joy. I am the omnipresent love. I am the forever fun. And I dissolve into us, into the everlasting river of human consciousness and existence. Like water, we are made of the same material. I am rain, and you are ocean. Wherever we are one.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that piece. Appreciate it.
It's
We
my
really,
pleasure.
yeah, we really hope to have you again. Unfortunately, the want to close the studio soon, but we want to have you back. Um, where you consider your home at this moment?
Well, I love your profound questions. Unexpected also as well. The first time I visited Manhattan, I fell in love with Manhattan, and I immediately knew this is my city, and this is my place, and that's my home. And I know, yes, I belong to Manhattan. And also, this is physically, and also personally, I realized this year that my inner light is my home. Wherever I am home. Wherever I am, I belong.
Thank you very much for talking to us. Do you want to share your social media?
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It's such a joy.
Thank you.
And my Instagram is at hina.cao, at hina.cao. I would love to connect with more people and to come back again and to continue our conversation and to share with the world the beauty, the love, the joy, and the service for humanity and for the best interest of humanity in the long term.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me.